The following is a presentation of Radio Plus Sports.
Free throw line, nice back cut, and a find to Cale Peterson. And Gracie Gopalan puts it up, puts it in, gets knocked to the floor into the free throw line. A little crossover dribble, goes up with the right hand, gets it to go. Waupun on a roll right now. Will go up with the left hand, puts it in. Another steal and a basket for the Randolph Rockets.
Dual feeds Johannes again. That one off the window and in. Johannes to the line.
Thanks to our sponsors in today's game: Home and Auto Sales, Dentistry of Wisconsin, Waupun Equipment Company, American Family Insurance Agent Christine File, Kohl's Community Funeral Home, Benz Automotive, Ergo Bank, Taurus Tree Service, VZ's Flooring, C. Bruxma Electric, Our Bar, and our scoreboard sponsor, New Medical Center.
Laconia has the basketball with a chance. Madigan gets it in for Engel. Back to Madigan. Spots up. Got it! He scores!
And people, there are your state champions, the Randolph Lady Rockets. Congratulate them on an unbelievable storybook season. Your Waupun Lady Warriors are champions of Division III girls basketball.
The complete broadcast schedule can be found at radioplusinfo.com.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the home and family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Well, glad to have you. Good Monday evening to you. Jordan King with you up here in the National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth on the campus of Waupun High School. Tonight it's the Waupun Warriors getting their season underway in the 2022-2023 campaign, and they take on the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings. WLA comes into this game 0-1. We'll talk about the Vikings and the Warriors throughout our Home and Auto Sales pregame show. Appreciate the folks over at Home and Auto Sales making the pre-game show possible here for us tonight. The Vikings and the Warriors, now they've cultivated a little bit of a rivalry here, and we talked to, Coach Pickert's talked about this, and you'll hear from him coming up from the Coach's Smile from Dentistry of Wisconsin interview. That'll be, it's interesting. They aren't in the same conference at the Flyway, and it's the East Central. There are some similarities between the two. The East Central, obviously the bigger schools, and schools like Waupun and Kewaskum, and that should be a fascinating, very, very talented division league this year. But these two have really created a rivalry over the last couple of years. Last year, WLA took on an inexperienced Waupun squad. 92-69 was the final in that one. If you remember watching that one, that was a big night for senior Ethan Cole for the Vikings, who ended up as the Flyway Conference Player of the Year. He had 43 in that Monday night contest a season ago. For Waupun, though, going back 3 seasons now to the last win over the Vikings, 65-64 in the 2019-2020 season. Then it was a 68-59 win for the Vikings a couple seasons ago. That was the COVID year. And then last season, 92-69. But talking about Waupun, this is a fascinating team that brings back a lot of production. Unlike the Vikings, kind of the two ends of the spectrum here. With WLA, you have Ethan Cole, you have Aiden Barr, and Jacob Tyson. Those 3, you lose a lot of production, something to the tune of about right around 45, 46 points per game, maybe a little bit north of that, whereas Waupun really only loses about 4 or 5 points per game and brings back a lot of their production, including their top 5 scorers. So fascinating to see the two ends of the spectrum between these two squads here this evening. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout here nice and early, and then we'll come back with some of our Coach's Smile Dentistry of Wisconsin interviews, and we'll hear from Coach Nell when we come back. This is WLA versus Waupun, and it's on RadioPlusInfo.com.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Holman family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Holman.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem. If you suffer from debilitating and chronic joint pain, learn how innovative medicine with human cellular tissue products can get you back to living your best life.
Hi, my name is Les. I've suffered with a bad right knee for 30 years or 40 years. Actually had a knee replacement scheduled, and I looked into this, and it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. My knee now, 3 months later, is almost like new. I can run up and down stairs. I can sit at a gym watching a basketball game. Really, really happy and pleased with the results. Plan on strongly recommending this to, and I have been recommending this to friends and family who have had joint issues, shoulders, backs, and knees.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
The power of intelligent farming is here. The remarkable new T7 Heavy Duty with PLM Intelligence is available now at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown. Built on the legacy of the acclaimed New Holland T7 tractor family, the T7 Heavy Duty delivers leading all-around performance and comfort. You'll see wider, operate quieter, think smarter, and feel stronger. 2 models are available, featuring up to 313 horsepower. Designed for you, by you, the new T7 Heavy Duty with PLM Intelligence lets you put intelligent farming to work right now. See one today at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown. Excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Werner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
Back here on the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show, RadioPlusInfo.com. Tonight's matchup between the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings and the Waupun Warriors here at Waupun. And joining us now for the Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview is Coach Marty Nell from the Vikings. And Coach, rough way to start the season, but that was a pretty good Berlin team that you guys faced a week ago on Tuesday.
It wasn't how we wanted our first game to turn out, but we have the type of team this year where we're not going to be able to win on bad shooting nights. We can't have our 2 guys, shooting 20%. We got to get those shooting percentages up to have a shot in these games.
Talking about a couple of returning starters, Sam Lair and Noah Gensler. That's who you're referencing with the poor shooting night. But how about Noah Walton? Kind of a senior for you. Got one of the couple of seniors for you guys this year. He shoots 50%. Is that kind of performance something we can expect as we move forward this season?
Yeah, that's something we're going to try to build on. Noah had a really good night. I thought he played under control. I thought he looked smooth out there, and he's starting to come around, and we just got to try to get the most out of him.
Talking about how deep this Warriors team looks, at least on paper. I mean, this is a team that last year took its lumps. The record wasn't pretty, but I'm sure you guys know and really knew coming, playing these guys last year up at WLA. This was a team that this year and moving forward is a program that looks pretty dangerous on paper. They were young last year, but returned all 5 of their leading scorers from a season ago.
Yeah, they do. So coaching has really changed since I've been here at WLA. When I first started coaching, coaches didn't really talk to each other, and it's a lot different now. I think there's 5 or 6 coaches on our schedule every year that I'll text with every day and trade schemes and ideas with, and Coach Pickerts is one of them. Coach Pickerts came here, had huge shoes to fill, when he came here. He's worked really hard. I don't know that I know a harder working coach than him. He really, really works hard. And I think this year is when it's really going to start showing out on the court for him.
When you look at how tough the Flyway projects to be, you always play a pretty tough non-conference schedule as well, some of these East Central teams. How well do these teams, the Waupans, the Berlins, teams like that, how well do they prepare you for the Flyway Conference?
I think we see bigger kids when we play some of our non-conference games, which helps us. Like last week against Berlin, they had some big kids, and that helps get us ready for the likes of Campbell Sport and Springs, with some bigger kids that we're going to have to face in our conference schedule.
Coach, thanks for joining us today, and go get them tonight.
Hey, thank you.
There you go. That's Coach Marty Nell joining us here on the Fondy Family Dental Coach's Smile interview. Fondy Family Dental, a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They see all ages and patients in a happy and honest setting. Schedule an appointment today. Jordan King with you. We'll take another break, come back with more. It's the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Back with more after this on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Most of us plan ahead in life. We plan for our wedding, our children's education, family vacations, and other life events. Understanding the benefits of pre-planning your funeral has prompted many to take the step and plan for their own arrangements. The biggest reason is so your family is put at ease by knowing your decisions are taken care of. The burden is lifted off their shoulders. Call 324-5547 to discuss pre-planning your funeral arrangements.
Coles Community Funeral Homes, Markesan, Randolph, and Waupun.
Did you?
Back here in the National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth, Jordan King with you from the campus of Waupun. This is the Home and Auto Sales pregame show. Warriors and the Vikings going to get after it here, and warm-up set to start in about 15 seconds. Got the JV1 game going on. Waupun took care of the JV2 matchup, and looks like WLA is going to win this JV1 game. But, for the Vikings, just heard Coach Nell, 69-52 was the final between the Vikings and Berlin going back to last Tuesday. And the Vikings kind of took it on the chin, especially in the second half. It was a close game, 4 or 5-point game at halftime, and the Vikings were not able to keep that close going into the second half. Last season, 16-11, 8-6, finishing 4th in that tough Flyway Conference that was won by St. Mary's Springs, and, of course, Campbell Sport and Mayville contending for that Flyway crown. 67-65 loss to number 2 Sheboygan Lutheran in a regional final last season. That was a really impressive conclusion to the year for the Vikings, but you lose a lot of production. Last season, the Flyway Player of the Year, 24 points per game, 13.6 rebounds per game, and 3.5 assists per game for Ethan Cole. And just to kind of encapsulate Cole's career, 1,419 points, 750 rebounds. He's the program's all-time leader in those two categories, and also tops 10 in steals and assists over the course of his career. So very impactful player for the Vikings that you lose that production. Aiden Barr, 16.1 points per game and 6.2 assists per game, ran the show from the point guard spot, and then Jacob Tyson had a nice year at the forward spot for the Vikes, 5.5 and 4 rebounds per game. Top returners of note, and these project to be the starting 5 for the Vikings. Junior Sam Lair, 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists in that opening game against Berlin. Noah Gensler had 12, 3, and 4 for the Vikings. We talked about Noah Walta. He led him in points, 14 points, 7 boards. Also had 4 steals and got out in transition. That was part of why he shot 50% in that opening contest. And then Chop Simmons is a junior. He had 8 boards. Cole Wiedmeyer round out the starting lineup for the Vikings. So be interesting to see how the Vikings look this year. Obviously, it's a big difference from last season when you have Ethan Cole and Aiden Barr to lean on. When things got tough, it was Ethan Cole. Put the ball on the hip, get everyone under control, slow down the offense. Aiden Barsh, same thing. Put the ball on your hip, look over to Coach Nell, and you really had an extension of the coaching staff out on the floor for the Vikings, I think, last season with Cole and Aiden Barr. And we'll talk about this when we get over to the Waupun side of things and talking to Coach Pickert. But I think Coach Pickert's has a couple of players like that on his squad this year, where there's extensions of the coaching staff out on the floor, where when things get tough, you don't always have to spend that time out to be able to get your team under control. You got a couple of leaders to be able to do that. So I'm excited to see what this Waupun team looks like, and it's going to be interesting to see the continued development of what WLA looks like as well, as it's just a different team than it was with Cole, Barr, and Tyson just last year. Again, last season, 92-69 was the score in this matchup. Generally speaking, this is a much closer game than that 23-point win was for the Vikings. And the Vikings really struggling to score it in that game against Berlin. If you score 52 points, you're going to struggle to beat a lot of teams this year, and we'll see if the Vikes able to have a little bit more success coming up tonight against Waupun. We're going to take another time out. When we come back, we will have another Coach's Smile from Dentistry of Wisconsin, and we'll hear what's going to make head coach Pickert smile today. You can see their locations in Waupun and Beaver Dam. That is Dentistry of Wisconsin. We'll have another interview with Coach Pickert. The Home and Auto Sales pregame show continues when we come back here on RadioPlusInfo.com. Stay with us.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Home and Family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
A reminder for everyone that Bent's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Bent's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Bent's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Steve with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Steve, a great Christmas special that you're running here at the Other Bar, right?
Gift certificate time where you buy a $25 gift certificate and you get a free 12-inch one-topping pizza, and you can buy as many of those as you want. You can pile them up. So basically it's a 2-for-1 deal. You buy a gift certificate and you can give away a pizza to somebody else. So win-win. It's a homemade pizza. We make everything to order here, so anything you want. It's not a pre-frozen pizza, and we got a great pizza deck oven back there, so it cooks up really nice.
Take a look at the New Year's Eve casino night coming up on New Year's Eve. Give us a play-by-play on that deal.
Well, last year we kind of got canceled out because of being on a Friday night with a fish fry, so we're going to bring it back this year. Casino night, you come in, we'll have table games you can play. It's a $30 per person sign up. You get a free meal. It's going to be an Italian-themed meal this year with salad and dessert, 2 free drinks, a champagne toast, and then there'll be great prizes, the grand prize being a 50-inch smart TV. Stop down, talk to the bartender, sign yourself and all your friends up, $30 a person, just pay the bartender for it, and then when you come in on New Year's Eve, we'll be set to go. And I'll have you out of here by 10 o'clock. So.
Very good, Steve. Have a great week. Thank you.
You too. Thanks.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts? All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
Life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company can help financially protect your loved ones by replacing a portion of your income if you were to pass away. That means your family will have the help they need to maintain their quality of life and pursue their dreams. Get the peace of mind you deserve by protecting what matters most. Contact Christine File Agent at 11 South Watertown Street in Waupun or call 920-324-3488 today. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
But he had some great games for us last year. He set a school record, and there's been some really nice players here for most points in a game as a freshman. He had 29 against Laconia and essentially willed us.
Let's plan ahead in life. We plan for our wedding.
Back here on the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show, this is the Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile interview, and talking here with Waupun coach Brett Pickerts in his 4th year with the Warriors. And just, we talked to Coach Nell a couple minutes ago, and said he's one of the coaches that you're one of the coaches he communicates with quite a bit, and says doesn't know a more hardworking coach than you. He thinks you're finally going to start to see the results. Just talk about the first couple of years here in the program, big shoes to fill. And, it's a program that has taken its lumps, but right now, on paper, this projects to be a fun season for the Warriors.
Yeah, it's a really big privilege following Lucky Wirtz and Dan Damask here. It's a big tradition of basketball, and it's something as a 25-year-old when I got hired, I knew it was going to take a couple years. We had a great season our first year with some of the players Dan had left over, and we've kind of been down the last couple years, but we started like 14 and 15-year-olds against grown men last year, and our guys have put in the time. We came in every single day in the off season, lifted at 6 a.m., and we're excited to see what we can do against a well-coached team with Coach Nell and the Vikings tonight.
When you look at all the production you have coming back, who are a couple of guys that stand out? Because it's hard to look at everyone you got coming back and say that's the guy or that's the guy. Really. Is that what makes you guys so dangerous, and is that the hope this year, that it's not just we can guard Isaac or Aiden and we can focus on that guy and we can shut Waupun down?
Yeah, I think the system we wanted and we're trying to build the last 4 years is a system where any guy can go off at any night. So a lot of our conversations for this game and every game this season is just finding matchups we like and exploiting that. We have 5 guys that can score double digits any night. I think we have one of the better players in this area in Aiden Hawkinson. He's like 6'3" now. He's still really skinny, and he's working really hard to be in the weight room. But we also have Isaac Vandekamp, who shot the ball at like 39% last year. Aaron Hall has put on 40 pounds since he's been in our program and is just a load inside. And we have Jake Krieger, who is a kind of like a smaller 4-man, but he can score, he can shoot it, and he was hurt a little bit last year, but we're really excited what he can do with some mismatches. But that's the best part of our team is we're unselfish. We're going to share the ball this year. When it's someone's night, we're going to feed them, and when it's not, we're going to find other ways to impact the game.
Obviously, looking back at last year's statistics with the first game tonight, but you mentioned Aiden. And, he doesn't lead you in points, but very close. Doesn't lead you in rebounds, but very much a factor in that regard. Leads you in steals and assists. He was the guy that kind of stood off the paper to me. But, just talk about what you get with him in terms of, the it factor and the intangibles that he brings to this team.
He's just humble. He had 18-year-olds locking him up and trying to get in his head last year at the end of the year. I know he kind of hit a wall a little bit in his freshman year, but he had some great games for us last year. He set a school record, and there's been some really nice players here for most points in a game as a freshman. He had 29 against Laconia and essentially willed us into staying with a team that went to a sectional semifinal last year. And Aiden's just very versatile. He's very quiet, but not with his teammates. He'll hit a 3, and some guys like to do the 3 arrows or whatever kids are doing, Steph Curry things, which can be cool at times, but Aiden will just run back on defense and try to get a steal. So versatility and being humble. He's just a really humble kid and a really nice and hardworking kid. So it's nice when one of your best players is one of your hardest workers, and Aiden, although he's still very skinny, is working really hard to be a stronger player because he's really committed to our program.
Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile interview. Last one here for Coach Pickerts in his 4th year at Waupun. And, Coach, I'm going to ask you the same thing I kind of closed with Coach Nell, and that is the East Central is this is a tough league. You look at what Berlin was able to do to WLA, KML always going to be a tough program, and then Kewaskum, all teams you're very familiar with. But what does it do, the non-conference schedule that you guys put together? Are you trying to replicate some of the things that you see, or is it trying to get a look at something maybe a little bit different to expose your guys to than the East Central, which is a really tough league?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just finding different opponents. Like, we play a completely different team in Westfield, but we go up to Springs on Valentine's Day. We play Kiel. So we're just trying to get a balance of physical, and WLA can always shoot. Coach Nell and I were kind of joking around. Our first year here, Ethan Cole, he had a really nice game last year, but his sophomore year we were playing a triangle and two, and he had like 30 points on threes. Then there's another year, Aiden Barr had a bunch of threes. And so we're hoping it's not Craig Schwartz's kid tonight. But, we try to put together a schedule that is reasonable for our kids, close in some of those schools so we can have some more natural rivalries, but just kind of getting ready for our conference season because it's going to be very tough. We have a very good conference top to bottom, but we like playing flyway teams because flyway is a great conference too.
Well, Coach Pickerts, appreciate you joining us, and best of luck. Go get them tonight.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
There you go. That's Coach Pickerts with Waupun, entering his 4th season and returning a lot of production from just a year ago. That's the Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile interview. Fondy Family Dental, proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They see all ages and patients in a happy, honest setting. Schedule an appointment today. Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show rolls on right after this. Radio Plus Info. It's the Vikings and the Warriors coming up in just a few minutes on RadioPlusInfo.com. Stay with us.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Holman family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Holman.
Back here in the National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth, campus of Waupun High School. The Warriors and the Vikings about 5 minutes away from Anthem's starters and tip. This is the Home and Auto Sales pregame show. The New Medical Integrated Health Care Injury Report. New Medical. Call New Medical Integrative Health Care of Waupun at 920-249-8757. That's 920-249-8757. New Medical Center, also our scoreboard sponsor. And, you would hope, and I know this is not the case with every program in the state, you would hope this early in the season you don't have anyone on the injury report. I know there are area teams where that is not the case. If you have a football team that goes late, or a soccer team, or one of the fall sports that goes late on into the playoff run, sometimes you don't have a healthy squad, but that's not the case here. Both of these squads relatively healthy on both sides of things, as you would expect with their first and second games, respectively. You heard from Coach Pickerts there, and this is the dichotomy of tonight. You have the WLA team, which lost a lot of production, and then you have this Waupun team, which did not. Dane Stelzel, 4 points per game last season. That's really the only production that Waupun loses. And they bring back 5 really dangerous players. You heard him talk about Isaac Vandekamp and Aiden Hawkinson specifically, and also mentioned Aaron Hull. But you talk about Isaac Vandekamp, 13.1 points per game, led the team in scoring. Aiden Hawkinson was kind of 1B in that regard, 12.4 points per game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals per game. Hawkinson's all over the place for this squad. He'll wear number 30 for the White tonight. And then Vandekamp, 3.5 rebounds per game. Aaron Hull, he's their big guy. He goes 6'5", and as you heard Coach Pickert say, put on about 40 pounds since joining the program. And he paid it off last year, or started to pay that off last year. 8.9 points per game and 7.6 rebounds per game led Waupun on the board. Zeke Ewert, 7.5 points per game, 2 assists per game, and then Jake Krieger, 5.5 points per game and about 6 boards per game. So he's another guy to watch as you hitting the glass. Ewert number 10 and Krieger number 11. Isaac Vandekamp 23 and Aaron Hull 44. Starters are without uniform out there for the Vikings tonight. They're going to be Noah Gensler, Sam Lair, Chop Simmons, Noah Walta, and Cole Wiedmeyer. Wiedmeyer and Walta, the two seniors on this team, and then Lair, Simmons, and Gensler, all juniors for the Vikings. Chop Simmons, Lair, and Sam Lair and Noah Gensler, all obviously big parts of the football team for the Vikings. But also, Gensler and Lair have had big roles for this team since they've been freshmen. Coming off the bench early as freshmen, starting some games as freshmen, and then looking at the other side with the Warriors, you have a lot of guys who have played meaningful, impactful minutes as freshmen as well. So, sometimes you look at a game like this and you only see 3 seniors between the two teams, and you say, man, this just isn't a very experienced matchup. Like, what are we going to see tonight? That's not the case. Even though Waupun only has 1 senior and the Vikings only have 2 seniors, these are a couple of rosters that have a lot of guys that have played a lot of big minutes. But Waupun, this is a season where I think, and Coach Pickerts is right, all you got to do is walk in here and look at all the banners hanging around the gymnasium, and you see a state championship for boys basketball in the last 7 years, and you see all the success, and you look at the boys basketball conference champions banner, and that's filled up just about as many as anything else other than maybe wrestling and volleyball around here, and we know how big those sports are to this community. And he's right. Waupun boys basketball over the last 20, 25 years, this it's been a very, very good program. And Coach Pickert's talking to him, you got the sense that he knew that when he took this job, and he was very cognizant and respectful of that. But he knew this was going to be a project. I like what Waupun has on their shirts. #BuildIt. That's on their warm-up shirts. And I think you're going to start to see the fruits of Coach Pickert's labor this season with everything he's got returning. And I think it might start tonight against the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings. Last season, 6-18, 3-9, finished second last in the East Central. But I think it's going to be a different scenario, different situation for Coach Pickerts and his crew tonight. We got about 20 seconds till starters and anthem. We're going to take a timeout as they do that. We gave you the starters here for both of these squads. The Home and Auto Sales pregame show just about wrapping up here on RadioPlusInfo.com. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we will have the opening tip between the Warriors and the Vikings. Jordan King with you. Glad to have you along. Stay with us. We got a good one tonight between the Vikings and the Warriors. You're watching on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Nathan Potrat's Custom Carpentry is a proud sponsor in today's game. Celebrating 10 years in business, Nathan specializes in kitchen and bathroom remodels, whole house remodels, new construction, additions, and more. Nathan Potrat's Custom Carpentry also has an in-house designer on staff with virtual reality designs to help visualize your space before construction starts. Quality, efficiency, and integrity. Nathan Potrat's Custom Carpentry. See Nathan's work at potratscarpentry.com and like them on Facebook.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net. If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. He's been in the business for 10 years and started up Torres Tree Service 3 years ago. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard to get to trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-344-5887. You've put a lot of thought into every detail of your new home, including the flooring. Or you finally decided on the perfect flooring to add life to your current home. Your next move is to call Daryl Vandezand at VZ Flooring to install it for you. He's fully insured and has been in the business for over 18 years, including starting VZ Flooring over 7 years ago. Daryl can install your new carpet, tile, LVP, LVT, and backsplash. Call VZ Flooring at 920-210-4909 to get a free estimate.
Welcome to Terra Max territory. Create the ideal seed bed with a high-quality finish, level soils and remove ruts, and eliminate resistant weeds, all with one innovative tool from Great Plains. The Terra Max is a versatile hybrid tillage solution offering variable intensity tillage for a variety of field conditions. Learn more about hybrid tillage and the new Terra Max at www.greatplainsag.com or by visiting Waupun Equipment Company, your local Great Plains dealer. This is Terra Max territory. Waupun Equipment Company.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem.
My name's Gary. I had arthritis really bad in my right knee over 3 months ago. Couldn't really do anything, couldn't do stairs, just simple stuff. And now I can do things I couldn't do before. I can climb stairs, walk, anything. My spine's better. And my personal opinion is you're a fool not to get this done.
Hi, my name is Joni. I came here because I needed a new knee, but I didn't want to go through all that surgery and everything. I'm very pleased with it. And the reason I did it because I couldn't go up and down stairs very well. I couldn't work too long hours and had a hard time getting in and out of the car. I had to lift my knee up. And now I can do all those things. And I have no pain, and I would recommend it to everyone, and I have.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
Excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
Welcome back to Waupun High School, Waupun, Wisconsin. It's the National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth. Glad to have you along. I love this setup here at Waupun. They set you up good. They set you up right here for the Warriors basketball. And the Home and Auto Sales pregame show coming to a conclusion here as we have just a reminder of the starters. Number 5, Bryant Ferris, a 5'11 sophomore. Jake Krieger, number 11, a 6'3 sophomore for the Warriors. Isaac Vandekamp, 6'1 junior. Aiden Hawkinson listed at 6'2. He's number 30. We heard Coach Pickert say 6'3 now, and he's a sophomore as well. So 3 sophomores, a junior, and then the lone senior in the starting lineup. Aaron Hull, 6'5", number 44. I misspoke earlier. I said there was only 1 senior. There is 3 seniors on this Waupun team, but nonetheless, still a very youthful starting lineup. 3 sophomores, a junior, and a senior for Coach Pickerts and his crew. Out of the East Central Conference for the Vikings, Noah Gensler, Cole Wiedmeyer, Sam Lair, Chop Simmons, Noah Walta. Those are the starters. 3 juniors and a couple of seniors for the Vikings. They're going to tip it up. Hull wins the opening tip, although it's Cole Wiedmeyer who darts in and gets an opening possession for the Vikings, wearing their road blues with kind of that Kentucky-looking checkers down the side. Waupun in their home whites with the gold trim. Down the lane goes Walta, kicks it out far side. That's Gensler. Gensler into the middle of the paint, kicks it out. Left wing, it's a Lair drive. Up with the right hand on the left side and scores. First 2 points for Sam Lair, and the Vikings have an early lead on the New Medical Center scoreboard, 2-0 to the road team, and a quick turnover as well as Ferris has that go off his foot. So a good start for the Vikings. But a lot of positivity on that Waupun bench, though, nonetheless. You heard picking their teammates up right after it. Waupun in man-to-man, we expect to see that from the Vikings as well. Early 3 look for Sam Lair, misses. And a rebound from Hull. He was their leading rebounder a season ago, had it poked away by Simmons. But Chop not able to pull it back for the Vikings. This is Hawkinson, player to watch for Waupun. And here's a mismatch. He's got Simmons out, top of the key, crosses over once, goes down the left side, up with the right hand. That is smooth from Aiden Hawkinson. And his first 2 points ties it up here at 2. That was a switch from the Vikings, and Hawkinson recognized it right away. It's going to be Noah Walta running the point here tonight. On last Tuesday, here goes Gensler, and Gensler with a nice move to the middle of the paint, his first 2 points. Last Tuesday, the Vikings had Sam Lair at the point, and he struggled shooting, so just wonder if he's Coach Nell trying to get one of his premier shooters going by putting him in as an off guard. Down the lane goes Krieger, and he's not able to get that one to go. Comes up short, good rebound for the Vikings, and they want to run. Down the lane goes Walta, up with the right hand, can't get it to go. Rebound down to Hull, and Coach Pickert's urging Hawkinson to get out in transition. Here goes Hawkinson, bumped and a foul. Cole Wiedmeyer. First on Wiedmeyer, first team foul for either team. Vikings with a 2-4 lead, or 4-2 lead, excuse me. And underneath it's going to be Ferris to key it in for the Warriors. Nice inbounds play, and it's going to be a second quick foul picked up in about a second. 16-19 on the game clock as Hawkinson came free, and he got clutched by Wiedmeyer. And an early substitution forced by Coach Nell just a minute and 40 seconds into this game. Wiedmeyer's got to take a seat with a couple of fouls into the game. Sophomore Andy Simon. Hawkinson, same play. Could have got it back to Hawkinson in the corner. Instead, it's Vandekamp. 3 from the corner, misses. A little bit short on that. Good close from Simon. Vikings out in transition. It's Lair, left wing. Between the legs, now crosses over again. Pushes off a little bit. And he hit it, but it was before the shot. And a blocking foul on the ground. Not sure which way that one was going to go. They whistle it on Ferris. 4 people stacked across the baseline for the Vikings. Run a little bit of a screener type of play, and Gensler comes free. Nice pass from Sam Lair. Gensler pays it off, and the Vikings have a 6-2 lead. 16 minutes and ticking down here in the first half. Here is Ferris. Drives the lane, poked away from Ferris again. Here is Gensler on the near left side, up with the right, or left hand, pardon me. Can't get it, does get it to go. Excuse me. 6 quick ones for Gensler. Good to get him going. If you're a Vikings fan, down the lane, one-handed pass. That was loose from Krieger, and the Vikings out in transition once again, up with Walta, misses. Nice rebound from Hull. Has it poked away by Simon. Simon almost traveled, kicks it out right wing. It's Lair. Furious pace here early. Lair goes up. Offensive rebound, Simmons kicks it out wide open. Gensler, left wing 3 on the way. Looks good, comes up short. Another offensive rebound to Simmons. Goes up with it. He's fouled. Count the basket and the foul. Chops Simmons. And the Vikings have started this game very positively on the offensive end, crashing the glass. Braden Torres into the game, as is Hudson Farley. Torres a sophomore, Farley a senior. Simmons can't get it to go. Offensive rebound fought for by Sam Lair, can't get it. And it'll head back to the Warriors. So Simmons had a chance there to complete the 3-point play. 15-15 left in the first half. But the Vikings, Coach Nell's got to be pleased with this start. Vikes lead by 8. This is Torres. Looks far side. That is Krieger. Nice set here. Hawkinson comes free, top of the key, crosses once. Now with the Euro step through. Looked like he might have drug the pivot foot. I think that's what Coach Nell was looking for. But a nice finish by Aiden Hawkinson. He is smooth around the rim and in the paint. Into the middle of the lane goes Noah Walta. Noah Gensler looking for the backdoor cut, and it's thrown away. So after a couple of really nice possessions, Vikings throw it away. This is Farley initiating the offense between the circles for the Warriors, guarded by Lair. Crosses near side now Torres. Torres has Hawkinson off of a screen, left wing 3 on the way. This one misses. Rattled around, good looking chance there for Hawkinson. Can't pay it off. Between the legs goes Gensler to the middle of the paint, jump stops, kicks it out to the near left side. Lair's going to reset with Walta. Another backdoor cut for Gensler. Instead, it's Simmons on the left wing. Top of the key. Lair with a jab step. Goes off a Gensler screen. Waupun switches it. Down the lane goes Simon. Bounce pass down to Simmons and dribbled off his own foot is what the call is, and it'll go back to Waupun. Another nice defensive set for the Warriors as they start to increase this defensive pressure. Ferris back onto the floor, as is Vandekamp, along with Hawkinson. Then a couple of subs, Farley and Torres off the bench. Here goes Torres down the lane. Now he's caught with Simmons. Lobs it over to Vandekamp. Here's Isaac Vandekamp. Scoops and scores. Count the basket. Nice take by the returning leading scorer for Waupun. Vandekamp just collected it in that right hand, scooped it up around, took the contact and finished. That was a pretty play. 13:53 to go first half. 10-6 lead for the Vikings. And now 10-7. Vandekamp, not someone you want to give free opportunities to at the free throw line, but he pays off the three-point play. 10-7, down the lane goes Walta, almost traveled, kicks it out right wing. Lair to the middle of the paint, hangs and can't get it to go. Rolls off the right side, rebound down to Vandekamp. Up ahead, this is Ferris. Back over to Isaac Vandekamp, hands off to Torres, middle of the paint. He looks back to Vandekamp, number 23, dribbles down to the short corner, kicks it back out. Once again, Ferris. Oh, nice cut! Aiden Hawkinson's got 6. It was his work cutting through the back door. And just like that, it's a 7-0 run to make it a 10-9 Viking lead. Here's Gensler, middle of the paint, has Simon, instead goes up with it. Offensive rebound for Andy Simon, and that's a strong move from Chop Simmons. Chop has 4, and that stymies what was a 7-0 run. Vikings back to a 3-point lead. That's poked away. Nice defense by Lair. Here's Simon running the point. Bounce pass to Walta, goes up with it, and can't get it to go. He was strong on that one. Hawkinson with a nice board. He's into the front court, down the lane. Oh, man, Hawkinson is a long guard, but I think he's maybe drug the pivot foot, but no whistle. Ooh. Hawkinson almost into a passing lane. It's Lair. He hit the 3. So a 5-0 run for the Vikings in response to the 7-0 Warrior run. And Vandekamp sees Hawkinson backdoor cut. He gets into the middle of the paint and a nice finish. Just able to step around defenders is Aiden Hawkinson. He's got 8. And Coach Pickerts wants a timeout. We're going to take it with him. Furious pace here early on. 15-11. Vikes lead it. We're back with more after this. You're watching on RadioPlusInfo.com.
A reminder for everyone that Ben's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Ben's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Ben's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Back here in the National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth, Jordan King with you. It's the Waupun Warriors and the Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings. We got the chat pulled up, so if you're tuning in, watching the Warriors or watching the Vikings, chime in. We'd love to hear from you. Got Jeff on the camera for us tonight, doing all the things that are above my pay grade. So a 5-0 run to respond to a 7-0 run, and then Hawkinson able to get a couple of more points. He's a game-high 8 points here early on. And another 3 from Lair. This one misses strong. Rebound on the near side from Landon Richter. And an outlet pass to Ferris. Richter into the game for the first time for the Warriors. And Vikings still deciding whether they want to switch or just hedge those screens. Down the lane goes Hawkinson, creates the contact, and I think that was on the floor. We'll see. Yeah, going to be an underneath inbounds. 15-11. Leading scorer for the Vikings is Noah Gensler. He's still out there for the Vikes. Number 4. Hawkinson, Coach Pickerts said he thinks he's one of the best players in the area, and so far he's looked the part here tonight as the sophomore. Here's Ferris on the right wing, guarded by Noah Walta of the Vikings. Crosses over into the paint, kicks it far side. Here is Hawkinson. Shot fake on the 3, now goes to the middle of the paint, hangs and hits. That is such a hard shot and a hard play to make, but Hawkinson makes it look so easy. He's got 10 of the 13 early points. The other 3 from Vandekamp for the Warriors. Here's Walta, he's bumped, and the first foul, that might be number 2 on Ferris. I believe that's number 2, yeah, number 2 on Bryant Ferris. 13th foul. Hudson Farley takes a seat as Jake Krieger is back on the floor for the Warriors. Here's Walta, guarded by Krieger. Down the lane, Walta just goes straight to the block, pops up, and hits the right-handed jump shot. 17-13 with 11 minutes to go in the first. Ferris down the lane, nice take. Bryant Ferris' first 2 points of the night. He's the third Waupun Warrior to score. And it's back to a 2-point contest. Back and forth we go. Lair between the legs, kicks it to Walta in the corner. Shot fake there. Gets to his spot on the block. Count the basket and the foul. Little fist pump from Noah Walta. And he's going to head to the charity stripe. He got to the block, created some contact, and finished through the contact. 19-15, that's 4 for Walta. First foul of the evening for Jake Krieger. And a little bit of a gamble here from Coach Nell with 10:48. He's going to put Cole Wiedmeyer back into the ballgame with a couple of fouls. A couple of rhythm dribbles from Noah Walta, and he scores his 5th point of the game, and it gives the Vikings a 5-point lead. Hawkinson on this right wing, and he's going to go right at Wiedmeyer, and why not? Wiedmeyer's got a couple of fouls, got to be careful. Bounce pass through, kicked out. Here's a triple on the way from the left wing. A little bit strong there from Richter, and the rebound is down with the Vikings. Here is freshman Gannon Schwartz into the ballgame. You heard Coach Pickerts mention him as Schwartz gets to the rim but can't finish. Hull down to with the rebound, and on the near side, this is Hawkinson. Hawkinson off of a screen. Max Huntsman into the game for the Vikings as well. Not able to finish that time, Hawkinson, and the rebound down to Gannon Schwartz. He gives it to Sam Lair. Looked like it was kicked there, but Hawkinson got a hand on it. They were going to say no kick, up with the right hand. Nice finish at the rack for Aiden Hawkinson. He's got a dozen, and he'll head to the free throw line with another chance as Gannon Schwartz tried to maybe just throw that off a little bit with a little bit of contact. Bryant Ferris, he just scored a bucket a couple minutes ago. Grandparents watching from Sandpoint, Idaho.
Idaho.
There you go. Thanks for joining us this evening on Radio Plus Info. That's 13 now for Aiden Hawkinson, and a 2-point lead for the Vikings. Here's Wiedmeyer. Jab step. Down the lane he goes, and nice job by Hull to go straight up and down with it. Got tapped around, and there's Max Huntsman to finish for the Vikings. So back to a 4-point Viking lead. Man, not that there's bad defense being played, but some very efficient offensive play. Nice bounce pass from Hawkinson. Down underneath the Hull. And delay of game warning for Aaron Hull was the call as they stop it, saying Hull grabbed the ball after it went through the hoop. So 22-20, just a warning this time. Hull, the 4th Warrior to score. There's been 5 Vikings on the score sheet tonight. Here's Gensler. He's the leading scorer for the Vikings as of right now, and that one misses. I think if that was the NCAA or NBA, Gensler would be shooting free throws right now. Didn't have a chance to land there. Landed on a foot of a Warrior. That's what happened right there with Hawkinson as well. Hawkinson goes sprawling out. Here's Gensler once again. Shot fake. Down the lane he goes. Powers up through the contact. Can't get it to go. Nice defense from Aaron Hull. And a terrific rebound from Hawkinson. Trying to push the pace. Huntsman got his hand on the pass. Steal completed by Gensler. Down the lane. Up with the right hand. Finishing is Cole Wiedmeyer. His first points of the night. And the Vikings lead is back up to 4. Hawkinson saw the pass up ahead to Krieger, and it just got poked away. Here's Vandekamp, guarded by Walta, down the lane, bumped, and a foul. Out near the halfway stripe. That referee called it, and it'll be another underneath inbounds. That is the 6th team foul for the Vikings. With 8:44 to play. 6 team fouls for WLA, 4 for Waupun. Pretty physical game thus far. And underneath it'll be Vandekamp to key it in. He's going to lob it to Krieger, who finds Farley. Nice backdoor cut. Torres can't finish. Good recovery by Chop Simmons, and Torres wasn't able to get it to go. Here's Cole Wiedmeyer, middle of the paint. Oh, and that was a errant pass from Wiedmeyer looking for Walta. He thought Walta was going to kind of flare out near the top of the key. Instead, Walta was a little bit further towards the baseline. Here's Torres on the drive. Torres bounces. Far side, Vandekamp. He's guarded by Walta. Coach Pickerts, you can hear him from below saying, move the basketball. Down the lane goes Bryant Ferris. He's got 4. Nice take. Ferris, just a sophomore, 5'11 sophomore, but He has taken the ball to the hole a couple of times strong. Oh, as there's a response from Walta. He's done the same. 7 points for Walta. Here's Torres. Jab steps back to Van de Kamp. Van de Kamp with the dribble. Krieger guarded by Gensler. Backdoor cut Torres. And he finishes. Count the basket and the foul. Now they pointed underneath. First points for Braden Torres. They kind of pointed like there's a restricted circle. There is no restricted circle in high school basketball. When the call got made, before he did the blocking signal, he kind of pointed like there was a restricted circle. But I've always said is Torres misses the free throw anyway. Wiedmeyer, down the lane he goes. Gensler, left wing three. Misses off to the right. Strong rebound from Ferris. I think the restricted circle should belong in high school basketball. It's a dangerous play to take a charge under the hoop like that. Nice move, Ferris. This ball game's tied. Ferris has 6. 26-26 with 7:18 to play here in the first half. And another miscommunication between Gensler and Walta. So it'll turn back over. Waupun with a chance to take its first lead of the night. First time we've been tied as well since 2-2. Here's a Van de Kamp three. Oh, it rattles around and out. Look good. And Van de Kamp gets his own rebound after it was tapped by Torres. Here's Hawkinson. Hawkinson drives baseline. Oh, and up and down was Chop Simmons. Coach Pickerts thought there was a foul. Instead, it's a 30-second Coach Nell timeout. We'll sneak 30 seconds in here and come back with more. Tied up at 26. Back at with more after this on RadioPlusInfo.com.
The power of intelligent farming is here. The remarkable new T7 Heavy Duty with PLM Intelligence is available now at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown. Built on the legacy of the acclaimed New Holland T7 tractor family, the T7 Heavy Duty delivers leading all-around performance and comfort. You'll see wider, operate quieter, think smarter, and feel stronger. 2 models are available, featuring up to 313 horsepower. Designed for you, by you, the new T7 Heavy Duty with PLM Intelligence lets you put intelligent farming to work right now. See one today at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown.
26-26 on that new Medical Center scoreboard. The Vikings and the Warriors getting after it here. 6 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the first half. Here's Noah Walta. Vikings have turned the ball over a couple of times cheaply, throwing the ball into the Waupun bench, essentially. Here is Sam Lair. Crosses, hangs, and hits. Sam Lair's got 7. Couple of twos. He's gotten into the paint, floated through. 28-26. Hawkinson between the circles. Van de Kamp gets to the middle of the paint. Shot fake there. Nice job. I'll tell you what, Waupun does a terrific job with their footwork in the paint. And it almost looks like they travel, but they keep that pivot foot down. And there is Van de Kamp. Isaac Van de Kamp has 5. Kind of a quiet night by his standards, at least. But he's still played a big role in coming back from what was at one point an 8-point deficit for Waupun. 28-28. Here's Noah Gensler. Gensler gets to the short corner, kicks it out, and tipped away. Bryant Ferris almost got his hand in the passing lane. He did get his hand in the passing lane, almost got a steal. Ferris will take a seat as Jake Krieger comes back into the game, as does Aaron Hull. Number 3, Hudson Farley, the other Warrior to get subbed out as Waupun goes a little bit bigger. And the pass into the backcourt to Noah Walta. Walta off of a Chop Simmons screen. And now it is Lair once again. Gets to the middle of the paint. Hangs. Can't hit this time. And a good box out from Jake Krieger. And we're headed back the other way with Hull. Far side, it's Van de Kamp once again as he looks to get his shot. Long 2. Missed it off to the right. Strong rebound from Gensler. He's being hounded by a couple of Warriors, and they're going to say it is tied up. Going back over to Waupun. Coach Nell can't believe it. There were a couple of Waupun players hanging on Gensler's arms, and now Gensler just realized what the call was. He thought it was a foul, and a lot of contact underneath there. Instead, it's a jump ball. Nice play by Torres. Same play run underneath from Waupun. Vikings finally figured it out. at least how to defend it somewhat. Here goes Vandekamp. He's guarded by Huntsman. Kicks it out. Hawkinson, top of the key between the circles. Jab step through. Lots of contact there underneath as a foul. And the Vikings don't know how to defend him. Every time he takes 2 steps, it looks like anyone else takes 4. He just covers so much space with that 6'3" frame, those long legs and long arms. 28-28, chance here for Hawkinson to, as we mentioned a couple minutes ago, give the Warriors their first lead. His opening free throw misses, though. He's been stuck on 13 for a little while. 5:13 to play here in the first half, 28-28. Second opportunity for Hawkinson is good. He's got a good-looking free throw stroke, and he's got 14 points. So it'd be Wiedmeyer to bring the ball up the floor for the Vikings. Huntsman, Simmons, Lair, and Gensler join him on the floor for the Vikings. Here is Gensler. Jab step, working on Hawkinson. Hawkinson just, there's the defensive side of that length. 29-28. Waupun has the lead and the ball. This is Krieger. Jab step down the lane against Huntsman. And they're going to say offensive foul on Krieger, leaning into Huntsman, and it draws a foul. Second on Krieger, so something to keep your eye on perhaps in that regard. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first frame here. Here's Wiedmeyer between the circles. Crosses to the middle of the paint. Some contact there and another whistle. It'll be an underneath. They're going to say before the shot, I do believe. Oh, no, 2 shots for Cole Wiedmeyer. So a chance for Wiedmeyer to tie or take the lead for the Vikings here at the charity stripe. First free throw misses. Strong for Wiedmeyer. He's got 2 points tonight. Can still tie it up with this free throw. The 4th free throw of the night for the Vikings. They're 1 for 3 thus far. That one misses off to the right and strong. Offensive rebound, Max Huntsman. Shovels it. Simmons spins once, spins twice. Offensive rebound to Huntsman again. He goes up and he's fouled. Be interesting to see who this is on, because Krieger just picked up 2, and it's on Jake Krieger, and that is his 3rd. So Huntsman will go to the free throw line. Vikes 1 for 4 from there. And the first trip for Max Huntsman. First free throw looks good, and it is. Noah Walta going to come back in. He replaces Cole Wiedmeyer. So Krieger really in foul trouble now. First half, 4:33 to go, and expect you would not see him for the remainder of the first half with those 3 fouls. That rattles around for Huntsman and goes down, so the Vikings now 3 for 6 from the line, and they've retaken the lead. Hawkinson, guarded by Walta. Walta's got to work extremely hard. There is a big difference in length and size there with Aiden Hawkinson. And here is the aforementioned Hawkinson. Gets it over to Farley. Farley drives to the middle of the paint, kicks it to Hawkinson. Right corner 3, that misses. And to my count, Warriors still looking for their first shot from distance to get it to go. They have not hit a 3 just yet. Here's Farley getting his hand on a Noah Walta pass, and Simmons trying to get a steal. Here's Hull. Hull working. Oh, yeah, that's offensive foul. Hull got the arm extended there, and that one was a little easier for the officials to call than the first one, as the arm was completely extended for Hull. 3:52. Team fouls knotted up at 8 now. Walta crosses over, gets to the free throw line, looks for Lair. Right wing 3 on the way, that misses. Gensler almost able to collect an offensive board. Instead, it's Hawkinson. Down the lane, kicks it to Vandekamp. Vandekamp gets to the short corner, back out to Hawkinson. And Vandekamp once again, guarded by Gensler. Gensler leaning on him and just impacted that shot enough to force it off to the left. And a rebound down with Huntsman and the Vikings. Lair. Now Gensler declines the screen down the middle of the paint. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. A couple of Vikings fighting for it. And Gensler able to save it to Huntsman. And the Vikes get another possession. Down the lane. Nice defense by Hawkinson once again. That's poked away. Walta lost control. Up ahead. Finish at the rim is good. Landon Richter, 5'9" sophomore, gets his first points of the night. And Waupun retakes the lead, 31-30 on the new Medical Center scoreboard. Another Waupun steal. Vikings not shooting poorly tonight. It's taking care of the basketball that has been their Achilles heel thus far. Vandekamp, first three of the night for the Warriors? No, just strong on that one. And the defensive rebound, for Gensler. Here is Lair near left side, crosses over, gets to the middle of the paint, hangs there and hits. Sam Lair's got 9 points. He's got 3 of those where he's gotten to the middle of the paint and just hangs and hits. 32-31 Viking lead. Farley down the middle of the paint he goes. Gets it poked away by Simmons. Huntsman looks ahead. Nice find to Walta. Walta doesn't even need a dribble, and he finishes. Noah Walta has 9 for the Vikings. So a couple of Vikings nearing the double-digit mark. 34-31. Behind the back dribble. This is Ferris. Ferris gets to the paint. Misses that one off to the right. Rebound down to Gensler, and the Vikings are on a nice little run here for Coach Nell. Here is Lair. Lair once again gets to the free throw line. Almost slipped there. This is a long three from Gensler. Missed it. Offensive rebound. Oh, and Huntsman can't finish it. He had a chance. And a timeout for Coach Pickerts. 30 seconds. We're going to take it with him. $1:31 to go here in the first half. 34-31. Back after this.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts? All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
Jordan King with you here, National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth. Up here in the rafters, not quite the rafters. It is. I'm telling you, it is a great view of high school basketball that they set you up with here in Waupun. And got the Warrior Nation down to our right. Here's Hawkinson. Warriors trying to cut into a Viking 3-point lead. This is Torres. Torres gets to the middle. Oh, what a drive. Good take. Oh, and the shooter roll. When you work as hard as Braden Torres did to get to the spot, you deserve that to fall. And he got it to fall. 34-33. Vikings still have a lead. Here is Andy Simon. Goes to the short corner. Poked away. There's the length of Hawkinson for about the 10th time in this first half, making a big impact. Vandekamp. Back out to Hawkinson, 53-52 and counting down here in the first half. Off a screen, Vandekamp. Oh, that's a matchup with Simmons maybe I thought he might like. Down the lane, Torres again. Count it and the foul. Braden Torres with back-to-back buckets, and he has lit a spark here for the Warriors. After it had gotten a little bit stale, the Vikings went on a run. I think it was a 7-2 run for the Vikings, something along those lines. Torres can't hit the free throw. He's 0 for 2 from the line, but he's got 6 points, and the Warriors have a lead. 38 seconds left in the first half. Nice pick and roll. Simmons has it underneath. Chop. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound and some contact. Vandekamp not happy with himself. I think he was hoping to get some inside leverage there on Chop Simmons. Easier said than done. Chop 6 foot, but he plays bigger than that. And it's a 2-foul shot. Simmons' first free throw misses. He's 0 for 2. 35-34. Gannon Schwartz, by the way, back in, as is Andy Simon. Here comes Noah Walta for the Vikings. Farley out on the floor for Waupun, as is Richter. Torres, Vandekamp, and Hawkinson. Second free throw for Chop Simmons is good. 5 points for him, tied up here at 35. We'll see if this is the last possession of the first half. Doesn't look like it. Vandekamp drives into the paint and can't get it to go. Rebound down from Simon. 17 seconds left. Vikings want to run. Schwartz looks ahead to Gensler. Gensler has it on the block, kicks it out. Schwartz, top of the key, 3, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Simmons. Battle for it. No foul, or no basket, pardon me. Foul, no basket. It'll be double bonus. That's back-to-back fouls on Isaac Vandekamp. He's got a pair of fouls. And Chop heads back to the free throw line. Chance to give the Vikings another lead. First free throw from Chop is good. After starting 0 for 2 from the line, he's hit his last 2 for 4. You can do the math at home. I don't need to. Started 0 for 2, hit his last 2. Yeah, you guys can do that. So 50% from the line. Vikings not shooting extremely well, although they have made their last 5 from the line. That one misses from Simmons. And a foul on... I didn't see the foul, which side. They're going to go on Gensler here. Loose ball foul, and it'll send Waupun to the free throw line. Second foul on Gensler. A lot of times in those scrambles, you see him just let it play out, but that time they said Gensler was a little bit too anxious, a little too aggressive that time. So Vikings lead it by 1. Here goes Hawkinson to the free throw line. Misses this short. Does Aiden Hawkinson. So he is 2 for 4 from the line. Isaac Vandekamp comes back in. I think Coach Pickert's wanted him in for the offense, but now Vandekamp in on defense with a couple of fouls. Vandekamp, check that, Hawkinson, able to hit it and tie things up. Down the lane goes Walta, down the left side of the court, right side of the court, hit it! Noah Walta says, count that basket, and they will. 39-36, the Vikings end that first half with a bang. Noah Walta goes down the right side of the floor and banks it in. My goodness. National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth is Walta able to bank it in for the Vikings. 39-36 on the halftime scoreboard. We're going to take a timeout. We will come back, our halftime show. We'll tell you, add up some statistics for you, and talk a little bit about some hoops in the first half that we saw. Vikings lead the Warriors 39-36. You're watching on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Nathan Potrat's Custom Carpentry is a proud sponsor in today's game. Celebrating 10 years in business, Nathan specializes in kitchen and bathroom remodels, whole house remodels, new construction, additions, and more. Nathan Potrat's Custom Carpentry also has an in-house designer on staff with virtual reality designs to help visualize your space before construction starts. Quality, efficiency, and integrity. Nathan Potrat's Custom Carpentry. See Nathan's work at potratscarpentry.com and like them on Facebook.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net. If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. He's been in the business for 10 years and started up Torres Tree Service 3 years ago. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard-to-get-to trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-344-5887. You've put a lot of thought into every detail of your new home, including the flooring. Or you finally decided on the perfect flooring to add life to your current home. Your next move is to call Daryl Vandezand at VZ Flooring to install it for you. He's fully insured and has been in the business for over 18 years, including starting VZ Flooring over 7 years ago. Daryl can install your new carpet, tile, LVP, LVT, and backsplash. Call VZ Flooring at 920-210-4909 to get a free estimate.
Welcome to Terra Max territory. Create the ideal seed bed with a high-quality finish, level soils and remove ruts, and eliminate resistant weeds, all with one innovative tool from Great Plains. The Terra Max is a versatile hybrid tillage solution offering variable intensity tillage for a variety of field conditions. Learn more about hybrid tillage and the new Terra Max at www.greatplainsag.com or by visiting Waupun Equipment Company, your local Great Plains dealer. This is Terra Max territory. Waupun Equipment Company.
All of us plan ahead in life. We plan for our wedding, our children's education, family vacations, and other life events. Understanding the benefits of pre-planning your funeral has prompted many to take the step and plan for their own arrangements. The biggest reason is so your family is put at ease by knowing your decisions are taken care of. The burden is lifted off their shoulders. Call 324-5547 to discuss pre-planning your funeral arrangements.
Coles Community Funeral Homes, Marquezan, Randolph, and Waupun.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts? All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
A reminder for everyone that Ben's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Ben's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Ben's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company can help financially protect your loved ones by replacing a portion of your income if you were to pass away. That means your family will have the help they need to maintain their quality of life and pursue their dreams. Get the peace of mind you deserve by protecting what matters most. Contact Christine File agent at 11 South Watertown Street in Waupun or call 920-324-3488 today. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Steve with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Steve, a great Christmas special that you're running here at the Other Bar, right?
Gift certificate time where you buy a $25 gift certificate and you get a free 12-inch one-topping pizza, and you can buy as many of those as you want. You can pile them up. So basically it's a 2-for-1 deal. You buy a gift certificate and you can give away a pizza to somebody else. So win-win. It's a homemade pizza. We make everything to order here, so anything you want. It's not a pre-frozen pizza, and we got a great pizza deck oven back there, so it cooks up really nice.
Take a look at the New Year's Eve casino night coming up on New Year's Eve. Give us a play-by-play on that deal.
Well, last year we kind of got canceled out because of being on a Friday night with a fish fry, so we're going to bring it back this year. Casino night, you come in, we'll have table games you can play. It's a $30 per person sign up. You get a free meal. It's going to be an Italian-themed meal this year with salad and dessert, 2 free drinks, a champagne toast, and then there'll be great prizes, the grand prize being a 50-inch smart TV. Stop down, talk to the bartender, sign yourself and all your friends up, $30 a person, just pay the bartender for it, and then when you come in on New Year's Eve, we'll be set to go. And I'll have you out of here by 10 o'clock. So
very good, Steve. Have a great week. Thank you.
You too. Thanks.
Back here, Waupun and Winnebago Lutheran on the New Medical Center scoreboard. WLA has a 3-point 39-36 lead. Jordan King with you up here in the National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth. Jeff on the cameras. Get you some scoring update here. Cole Wiedmeyer, a couple of points for the Vikings. He has 2. Max Huntsman hit a couple of free throws late in that half. He's got 4 points. 6 for Noah Gensler. 6 for Chop Simmons. 9 for Sam Lair. 12 dozen for Noah Walta. There's a familiar face for Warrior fans. For the Warriors, Landon Richter has 2. 2 for Aaron Hull, 5 for Isaac Vandekamp, and I think the Vikings and Coach Nell will probably feel like that is the recipe for success tonight. Now, you can't stop both Hawkinson and Vandekamp, at least it's very difficult to. So can you stop one of them? They were able to stop Vandekamp there in that first half, or at least limit him. He had 5. 6 for Braden Torres in a nice little spurt off the bench. Bryant Ferris had 6 as well, and then Aiden Hawkinson 15 points in that first half 3 for 5 from the free throw line. Like I said, we got a nice little section of the Warrior Nation down there as well. So 3-point lead for the Vikings, 39-36 on that New Medical Center scoreboard. Call New Medical Integrated Healthcare of Waupun, 920-249-8757. That's 920-249-8757. We're going to take another timeout. Couple minutes. We're back with the second half on RadioPlusInfo.com. Stay with us.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the home and family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem. If you suffer from debilitating and chronic joint pain, learn how innovative medicine with human cellular tissue products can get you back to living your best life.
Hi, my name is Les. I've suffered with a bad right knee for 30 years or 40 years. Actually had a knee replacement scheduled, and I looked into this, and it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. My knee now, 3 months later, is almost like new. I can run up and down stairs. I can sit at a gym watching a basketball game. Really, really happy and pleased with the results. I plan on strongly recommending this to, and I have been recommending this to friends and family who have had joint issues, shoulders, backs, and knees.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
The power of intelligent farming is here. The remarkable new T7 Heavy Duty with PLM Intelligence is available now at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown. Built on the legacy of the acclaimed New Holland T7 tractor family, the T7 Heavy Duty delivers leading all-around performance and comfort. You'll see wider, operate quieter, think smarter, and feel stronger. 2 models are available, featuring up to 313 horsepower. Designed for you, by you, the new T7 Heavy Duty with PLM Intelligence lets you put intelligent farming to work right now. See one today at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown. Excellence in dentistry.
Back here from the National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth, Jordan King with you. The Warriors and the Vikings. You know, a former Warrior, Marcus Damask. Damask, sorry.
Yeah.
Down at Southern Illinois, Edwardsville, SIUE, the Salukis. You know, they went down and made the trip down to Stillwater, Oklahoma, beat my alma mater, Oklahoma State, earlier this year. Damask had 16 points. And,
Marcus, a great player here for the Warriors.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he was on their conference watch list for potential player of the year. So a lot to be proud of for a former Warrior. Here the Warriors get a stop. The Vikings started with the basketball and an early steal for Waupun. Can they get anything a little bit more going here on the offensive side of the floor, offensive end? Did not shoot real well in that first half, although they are shooting towards the open end of the gym. So we'll see if they have a little more success here on this end. Hey, there you go. Isaac Vandekamp says, yeah, better start for me. He's got 7. First 2 points here of the second half scored by Waupun, and they cut the lead to 1. Here is Cole Wiedmeyer, looks far side. That's Gensler. Gensler being guarded by Hawkinson, pocket picked. Aiden Hawkinson's got another steal. And he's into the front court. Down the right side of the floor. Retreat dribble down into the corner. Kicks it out. Nice ball movement. Here's Vandekamp once again trying to get his. Nice cross-court pass. Hull. Yes, sir. Aaron Hull is there with a nice backdoor cut on the near left side. And he was found by his teammate. Great pass by Vandekamp. And Waupun leads once again. Down the lane goes Walta. Walta can't get it to go. Little strong on that trip for the Vikings and no passes. Walta's done that a couple of times, able to get him to go. Not that time. He's got a dozen. But the Vikings looking for their first points of the second half. Oh, what a play. Scoop and score, Isaac Vandekamp. He's got 9. 4 quick ones here in the second half and a quick timeout from Coach Nell. And he wants a 30-second break. We'll take it with him. Back with more after this. 3-point Warrior lead.
excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
Well, that's how you draw it up out of the halftime locker room there if you are Coach Pickerts. And 42-39, 6-0 run for the Warriors out of that halftime break. And within a minute and a half, Coach Nell has to spend a 30-second timeout. The Vikings trail by 3. That's their largest deficit here tonight. And they're still empty offensively in the second half. Hawkinson gets the outlet pass from Hull. Down the lane goes Hawkinson, bumped by Wiedmeyer, kicks it out. Shot fake from Van de Kamp, and going the other way. Little overzealous there was Aaron Hull on the rebound, and he fouled Chop Simmons. That's the third on Hull. So 3 on Hull, 3 on Jake Krieger. Both of them starters for the Warriors, and both of them in relative foul trouble. 15:55 to play here in the ball game. Backdoor cut from Sam Lair. Instead, Wiedmeyer has to shuffle it back out. Here goes Gensler down the left side, and a foul this is a big call. Coach Pickerts didn't like it, as he thought Krieger was straight up and down, and Torres knew it immediately. So Torres heads to check in. Because Krieger just picked up number 4. And what does that do for the night for Jake Krieger? How long will he have to exit this ball game? First free throw is good for Noah Gensler. Gensler's got 7. 42-40 on the New Medical Center scoreboard. Second free throw looks good, is good. And 2 for 2 from the line, and the Vikings have finally scored here in the second half, their first 2 points. 42-41. How long does Krieger have to sit? He's got 4. Here is Hull. Hull finishes. Nice wraparound pass from Hawkinson. Hull's up to 6 points, and the lead is back to 3. Vikings did not play well in the second half of a game against Berlin last week. Nice take from Noah Walta, and the Vikes have scored on back-to-back possessions. 44-43, Walta's got 14. One behind the game-high Aiden Hawkinson, 15 points. Hull has it underneath, and he finishes through the contact. Aaron Hull, I don't know if this was a halftime adjustment from Coach Pickerts, but they have gotten the big man involved in a big way to start this second half. 46-43, Hull's up to 8 points, 6 of them coming here in about the last 5 possessions for Waupun. And the free throw is good as well. He's got 9 points. And a new biggest lead of the night. 15 minutes left in this evening's contest. They left Lair open for 3. That's a dangerous game to play, but he can't hit it. Simmons tries to fight for the rebound. Instead, it's Hawkinson into the front court. Nice hesitation, gets to the rack so easily. 17 points for Aiden Hawkinson as he got to the near side, right to the rim. It's a 6-point Warrior lead. Here's another 3 from the Vikings. And the shot selection during this run for the Vikings has not been very good. Hawkinson into the front court, 6-point lead now for the Warriors. They have been +9 here in this second half. Here goes Torres. Nice fake. And a 3 on the near side that misses. Looked good off the hand from Ferris, but not able to get it to go. Left wing, Wiedmeyer. Not being guarded. Now Hull steps out to him. Here's Walta, kicks it out. Gensler. Gensler guarded by Hawkinson. And they're going to get a foul here. Say Ferris got a hand on Sam Lair. I think that's 3 on Ferris now. Yeah, 3 on Ferris, 3 on Hull, 4 on Jake Krieger. And Coach Pickerts trying to calm Ferris down a little bit. Just say, play smart. Nice job by the head coach of the Warriors. Just steady his guys. Here's Simmons. Backdoor cut to Wiedmeyer. Wiedmeyer collects. High post. Simmons now going to take it down the left side of the paint. Spins once, spins twice, poked away. Nice defense by Ferris. And good hands with those fouls not to pick up a fourth. Ferris hands off. Hawkinson 3. Looks good. It's good. He buried it. Aiden Hawkinson has 20 points, and the lead is 9 for the Warriors. They're now plus 12 in this half. Trailed 39-36, now lead at 52-43. They have made quick work here in the second half. Down the lane goes Gensler, can't get it to go. Not able to finish it, and then Vandekamp not able to collect the rebound either. So it's going to stay with the Vikings underneath. Richter returns. Coach Pickert's going to get a quick blow for Vandekamp. As the Vikings have it underneath, it's Laird going to trigger it in. Nice defensive set there on the inbounds play. Underneath, Gensler, middle of the paint, can't get it to go. He has struggled here in the second half. He had 6 of the Vikings' first 10 points, and he's only got 8 now. Here's the kick out. Torres crosses once, gets to the middle of the paint, working on Walta. And timeout for Coach Pickerts. He's going to take a full one. We'll take it with him. My goodness, have the Warriors put the pedal to the metal here in the second half. 52-43. We're back with more after this on RadioPlusInfo.com.
The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
Back here in Waupun, Jordan King with you this evening, coming to you from the National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth. 52-43 on the New Medical Center scoreboard. 12 minutes and 58 seconds left to play tonight. It has been Waupun just blitzing the Vikings here in this second half. They have scored 16 points. 16 points in 5 minutes have the Waupun Warriors, and they have held the Vikings to just 4, which is probably more impressive over the course of that 5-minute span. Here's a Hawkinson 3. This misses off to the left. Torres able to chase it down, scramble for the ball, tipped out. Off of Hawkinson last. And so the Vikes will get a chance to try to chip into a Waupun lead. Last time Waupun went on a run like this, they were trailing by 8, so it really didn't look like it on the scoreboard. And now they have taken this game by the scruff of the neck. Here is Torres in transition after another Viking turnover. And on the floor, a foul for Noah Walta. Say he bumped Torres. And that's the second foul for Noah Walta for the Vikings. 12:31 to play. Run Simon off of a couple of screens, and they're going to say a moving screen on number 21. That is Braden Torres. First foul on Torres, no foul trouble there. It's the 4th team foul, though, here in short order of this second half. And Hull going to get run up there, as will Vandekamp, and they'll get a couple of starters back onto the floor. And Huntsman now going to join the fray for the Vikings. He comes in for Chop Simmons. Also into the game, freshman Gannon Schwartz. Schwartz held scoreless so far tonight. He had 5 points in his Viking debut 6 days ago. Sam Lair crosses over, now behind the back. He's going to run the point for now. Here's Gensler, middle of the paint, rises up. That crawls over the front edge and goes. Gensler's into double figures for the Vikings. He's the second player to do so behind Noah Walta. He's got 10. 52-45, 7-point Warrior lead. Here's Hawkinson guarded by Simon. Crosses over, kicks it out. That's Farley. Farley gets to the middle of the paint, bounces it. Here's Vandekamp. Little space created. The Vikings thought it was an offensive foul. Isaac Vandekamp calls it 2 more points. He's got 11. 6 coming here in the second half. Lead back up to 9. Here's Lair crossing to the middle of the paint. He hangs. This one's strong. Not able to get it to go. Vandekamp down with the board. Up ahead to Hawkinson. He's on that far right side. Across the Warrior printing on that far side of the floor. Here goes Vandekamp working on Lair once again. Kicks it out. Farley. Now Hawkinson has it poked away. Steal by Gannon Schwartz. Here goes Schwartz. Over to Simon. Good ball movement by the Vikings. Ends up with a left corner 3. Missed. Offensive rebound for Simon. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Simon. That was good hustle by Andy Simon. And somewhere they saw a push in there. Really, Waupun, I didn't see the number there, really didn't block anyone out. But they saw enough contact to warrant the whistle. Second foul on Simon, who is working on Hawkinson here. And a steal from Andy Simon. Poked away to Huntsman. Up ahead to Gensler crossing the Warrior logo down the lane. On the floor, no basket. And that was on Ferris. I believe that's 4 on Bryant Ferris. Yeah, 4 for him. He thought he got there in time to take the charge. He did not. And yeah, Coach Pickert's trying to get him out of the ball game. So a couple of starters now. Bryant Ferris and Jake Krieger, both with 5. Underneath inbounds for Sam Lair. Nice ball fake from Lair, and it gets Gensler open. He had Huntsman coming free, but instead faked the pass. And Gensler's got a dozen. 7-point lead for Waupun. They have gotten anything they've wanted here offensively in the second half. Hawkinson down the lane, bounce pass to Hull. Hull's got another pair, and he's up to 11 points. Vikings have had no answer for this Warrior offense. There's perhaps an answer. Gensler hits a triple. He's up to 15. Just as soon as we said he was quieting down, he fires it back up there. 6-point lead, 56-50 on the New Medical Center scoreboard. Down the lane goes Torres, poked away by Gensler. Steal completed by Schwartz. Gannon Schwartz down the lane, up with the right hand. Oh, what a move. Gannon Schwartz has a pair. And the lead is just 4 now for Waupun. Vikings on a little bit of a run. This is 7-0 on the run for the Vikings. Down the lane, and offensive rebound for Hull. Huntsman didn't block him out, and he was punished by the senior. Aaron Hull with the points. 6-point lead restored for the Warriors. Here's Gannon Schwartz off of his first basket of the game. Gensler wanted it. He was clapping for it, demanding the basketball. And why not? He's taking over for the Vikings. 58-54, 9 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Hawkinson off of a screen, kicks it out. Farley, 3-ball, missed it. Offensive rebound, another second chance point for Aaron Hull. Second time he has caught Huntsman napping, on the far side, and those are a couple of big buckets. Now Hull with a block. And Coach Nell thought there was a foul there. He's still riding the official all the way down the floor. Hull seemed to go just straight up and down. Lair went into him. There's a moving screen going back the other way on Hull. Oh, it is physical out there. That is the 4th on Hull. So that is the 3rd starter for Waupun with 4 fouls. So the Vikings were a little frustrated there. They got the call on the other end, though. 6 team fouls here in the second half for the Warriors, just 3 for the Vikings, 60-54. Here's Gannon Schwartz, gets to the middle of the paint, goes up, he's fouled. Schwartz was fouled by Richter that time. Just the 2nd on Richter, and the 7th team foul, so the Vikings, they can shoot free throws here. Might have a chance to get back into the ball game in that regard. That one's short from Gannon Schwartz. Chop Simmons back into the game for the Vikings, as is Cole Wiedmeyer, by the way. 3 starters, if you're just joining us, from the Waupun Warriors on the bench with 4 fouls here in the second half. Second free throw for Schwartz is good, and the lead is down to 5. It was at one point a 9-point lead for Waupun. Down the lane goes Torres. He thought he was fouled. He goes down with his hands in the air. Rebound down with Lair. Lair gets to the free throw line. And rebound with Hawkinson. Gets it down the court to Farley. Back with Hawkinson. We'll see if Waupun, Hawkinson just want to slow it down just a little bit here. This is Vandekamp. Middle of the paint. Kicks it out. This is a better set this time from the Warriors. Back to Vandekamp. Near side, Farley. Vandekamp working on Sam Lair. Nice cut through that time from Richter. Now it's with Hawkinson. Vandekamp once again from 3. Richter. Back to Vandekamp. This is a great set from Waupun. Down the lane goes Hawkinson. Left his feet, got away with it. Oh, what a finish! Hudson Farley has not scored to this point, but that is a big bucket. And did it with some style, too. Spun around and laid it back over his head. First 2 points are a big couple. Here's Gensler. Fires away. Noah Gensler is having himself a half of basketball and a timeout for Coach Pickerts. Wants to slow things down here, and it's a 30-second timeout. We'll try to sneak 30 seconds in here. It's a 4-point game. Back with more after this.
Most of us plan ahead in life. We plan for our wedding, our children's education, family vacations, and other life events. Understanding the benefits of pre-planning your funeral has prompted many to take the step and plan for their own arrangements. The biggest reason is so your family is put at ease by knowing your decisions are taken care of. The burden is lifted off their shoulders. Call 324-5547 to discuss pre-planning your funeral arrangements.
Coles Community Funeral Homes, Markesan, Randolph, and Waupun.
Back here on RadioPlusInfo.com, the new Medical Center scoreboard says Waupun 62, WLA 58. 7:25 to play in the game. Noah Gensler, that last 3 got him to the 20-point mark. So there is 2 players out on the floor. Aiden Hawkinson for the Warriors and Noah Gensler for the Vikings. And Gensler is the one that Coach Pickerts was worried about. He said someone always has a nice shooting night from the Vikings, and this time it turned out, at least in the last couple of minutes, it has been Gensler. They're going to get a hold here from Logan Puck. Puck into the game for the first time with the Vikings, and they say he held Jake Krieger, who is back onto the floor. He is the first of the Waupun players that recorded 4 fouls to get back out onto the floor. Vandekamp going to key it in. And they're going to get a hold here on Noah Walta. Now, I would never suggest that this is the case, but there was a big discrepancy in team fouls, and we get 2 whistles here before a second ticks off the clock out of that timeout. So 5 team fouls now for the Vikings. Vandekamp free, off of the screen, hits it. That is a big bucket from Isaac Vandekamp. He responds to the Gensler 3 with a 3 of his own, and it's back to a 7-point Waupun advantage. Here goes Wiedmeyer down the lane. Finishes. Nice take from Cole Wiedmeyer. The senior for the Vikings has 4, and it's back to a 5-point game. Hawkinson into the front court here for Waupun. Finds Krieger on the far side. Top of the key. Vandekamp. Same spot. Same result. Back-to-back 3s for Isaac Vandekamp. And it's an 8-point Waupun lead. Coach Pickerts wants a stop right now for his crew. Can they find one? Here is Walta over a screen. Gensler, top of the key. Has Gannon Schwartz. Here is Schwartz. Schwartz around a screen. Gets to the short corner. Finds Walta. Walta down the lane. Floater. Missed it short. Walta sat out a good chunk here this second half. Gets back in and looks a little rusty on that shot. Came up short. Hawkinson for Waupun. Miscommunication for the Vikings. Wiedmeyer's late. Hawkinson missed it. And last off of Waupun, Farley tipped it out. Gannon Schwartz will take a seat, as will Logan Puck. The Vikings back to their starting lineup. Waupun not quite back to the starting lineup. They still have Hull and Ferris on the bench with those 4 fouls. Krieger is playing with the 4 fouls. Gensler goes straight at him, trying to foul him out of the ball game, and that would have been a harsh call. Nice defensive set for the Warriors, who lead it by 8. Hawkinson working on Wiedmeyer, hands off to Farley. Farley to the middle of the paint, kicks it out. Krieger just back onto the floor. Missed that one short. Rebound down to Gensler. Got to be careful, he dribbled that. Yeah, so he finds Wiedmeyer near side. Kicks it to Lair. Lair in the corner. Down the lane he goes. Up with the right hand, can't get it to go. And a rebounding foul on who? I think it's on Torres, probably.
21.
That's what I think. Yeah, 21. Yeah, so Torres, I was going to say, if that was on Krieger, Krieger would have known that he had to start marching off the floor. So 1-1. That's the 8th team foul. So Chop Simmons heads to the line for the Vikings for the bonus. Just 1-1, though. And if the Vikings want to get back into this, they need to... Yeah, that was on the rebound. No shooting foul. Just confirming that with the fellow referees. And the front end missed here from Simmons. So does that become a story for the Vikings? They may have some chances here from the free throw line. But it's tough. They're shooting straight into that Warrior Nation and all those jerseys. It's jersey night. You can probably see that on the broadcast. Down the lane goes Torres. Spins! Oh, can't get it. Just left it a little short. Nice take from Brayton Torres. Vikings into the front court. Here is Gensler. Has Lair coming off of a screen. Shot fake. Oh, that's a dangerous play. And I think that was Ferris who went down hard. See if they get him up here. Yeah, though. I was going to say we can. But that's going to be 5 on Ferris. That's a tough way to pick up number 5. Certainly hope he's all right. Took a heck of a spill there.
Looked like he was walking off okay.
Yeah, just kind of holding that. Hope he didn't hit his head. You know, that's always what you worry about there, Jeff.
Yeah, exactly. Anytime you leave your feet and have your feet taken out from underneath you.
Lair was he gave the shot fake, trying to get to the rim, and
great fake.
Yes. Scary situations, but it looks like Ferris is okay. First free throw is good for Sam Lair. And second free throw. Misses off to the left. I have to count. The Vikings have left a number of points at the free throw line. They currently trail by 7. This is Hawkinson. Hands off to Vandekamp. That's a good 2-man game if you want to play it. Hawkinson and Vandekamp. Both of them at or near 20 points here in tonight's ball game. Here's Vandekamp. He's not quite there, but he's working on it. Hull underneath. Nice pass. Vandekamp found Aaron Hull, and Hull is the 3rd player that's working on a 20-point game. He has had a tremendous second half, just 2 in the first half, and he has filled it up here in the second frame. Walta 3 misses, tipped from Simmons, saved by Torres. And a 70-61 9-point lead with 4 minutes left. Here goes Torres, middle of the paint, working on Lair. Spins once. Oh, nice fake and nice finish. Brayden Torres has 8. 17 points for Aaron Hull, by the way. That's 15 second-half points for the big man. The Vikings did struggle against a couple of 6'3", 6'5" guys, 6'6" guys against Berlin 6 days ago, and having some troubles here with Hull in the second half. That floater from Gensler comes up short, tipped out. Hull didn't expect that to come, and tipped it out. So it stays with the Vikings, and it'll be Lair to key it in. Lair has to settle with a lob out to Wiedmeyer, and Wiedmeyer declines the screen, now kicks it back out. Walta. Noah Walta to the middle of the paint. Krieger has done a terrific job since coming back on with 4 fouls at not engaging any of the Viking players on those drives. 11-point lead, largest of the night for Waupun. Shot fake for Krieger. He's going against Gensler. Gensler falls down. Krieger's free. Near side, and that's going to be 5. Second fouled out player for the Warriors is Hull. And Hull just kind of shaking his head. I don't think he thinks it's a bad call. I think he's kicking himself there, Jeff, because not a rebound he had to necessarily go make.
No, not at all. And he's been the hot hand this half, so the Warriors are going to lose one of their people that they can count on to put a bucket in when they need it here.
23 points sitting on the bench right now with Bryant Ferris and Aaron Hull for the Warriors. Ferris finished with 6, and as we mentioned, Hull was at 17 and just finished his night. Chop Simmons misses the front end there. It's now double bonus for the Vikes the rest of the way, the remaining 3 minutes or so. Second free throw missed from Simmons. He is 2 for 8 from the line, is Chop. 11-point lead for the Warriors. They have done a masterful job on the defensive side of the floor and have really gotten things going offensively. Nice little shimmy by Hawkinson, and he finishes a little bit short at the rim, but he was fouled. I think that was Sam Lair that they picked up the foul for the Vikings, just his 3rd. And really for the Vikings, can't worry about foul trouble right now. You got to have your 5 best players out on the floor as you try to cut into an 11-point Warrior lead. First free throw up and good for Aiden Hawkinson, who at halftime looked like it was going to be a pretty simple player of the game choice. If we were going to make a player of the game, it was going to be Hawkinson at halftime. Well, he's had a couple of teammates. He goes 1 for 2 on this trip that have pushed him for that. Isaac Vandekamp and Aaron Hull, but still the leading scorer is Hawkinson. Rebound is Krieger on another 3 missed by the Vikings. That was Gensler once again, whose hot hand has cooled a bit as of late. Hawkinson down the lane, but on the floor, foul by Cole Wiedmeyer. Should be the 3rd, I believe, on Wiedmeyer. It is. 7th team foul for the Vikings, so it's 1-and-1 bonus for Aiden Hawkinson.
So we're getting here to the 2:30 mark. Just want to remind all of our fans to stick with us because we did have a conversation with the coaches. We're going to get down on the court and have a conversation with both of the coaches, so stick around here for our post-game show.
Yes, please do.
Jordan will be sneaking down on the court and having a chance to talk to some of the players and the coaches.
Yeah, excited to talk to Coach Pickerts about this. The first half, nice take from Cole Wiedmeyer. He's got a pair there. He's got 6 points, and the Vikings going to go into a full-court press. They got to. That's tipped away by Lair. Here's Torres into the front court. He's going to take it, now shovel it, and missed. Strong by Krieger. I think he thought there was going to be some contact there. No contact forthcoming, and he missed it. Here goes Gensler down the lane and up, and another foul on Waupun. That's Vandekamp. But, that first half, maybe something left to be desired for Waupun, but oh my goodness, this second half, Jeff, you saw what this team could be down the stretch here.
Yeah, it was really impressive, the ball movement. They did a great job being patient on the offensive side, and their defense has been outstanding too, not giving up any easy shots as well in the second half. I'll be interested in what Coach Pickard says that he talked to the boys about in that second half because they came out on fire.
No doubt about it. We mentioned it. It's 1 of 2 from the line for Gensler. He's got 21 for the Vikes. Well, we talked about it. I mean, that was outscored the Vikings 16-4 in the first 5 minutes of the second half. That was really the story here tonight. And ever since then, they've just held him at arm's length as Torres is fouled by Lair. Lair picks up his 4th and sends Braden Torres to the charity stripe. Torres has 8, now 9.
Great first game here for the Waupun Warriors to get their feet underneath them here at home against a good quality opponent. And it's still not over. I mean, they could pop a couple of threes here in this minute 50.
That's true. 11-point lead for the Warriors. Here's one of those threes. It was blocked, though, by Hawkinson. He has been so good with that length. And a foul from Wiedmeyer is going to send Torres back to the line. Just trying to add up some statistics there during Torres' last free throw. We'll get an update from Hawkinson in just a second. I got him for 22. We'll double check that and make sure that is correct. That would be a game high for Waupun, but there's 1A. How about 1B? Isaac Vandekamp, 17. How about 1C? Can you have 3 number ones? That was talking front end of the 1-and-1 was missed there from Torres. So the Vikings will head back the other way. 3 hit from Gannon Schwartz. The freshman's got 6. And there's maybe that first 3. And it's thrown away by Waupun. So like you were saying, Jeff, it's not over yet. Waupun in a very comfortable position, but got to finish this out here. So it'll be an underneath inbounds for the Vikings.
Warriors had done a good job the first couple of times with the press, but you could see that it was starting to get a little bit more tension as they are holding the lead here. And then after hitting that 3, kind of saw what was going to happen.
Wiedmeyer bounces and one. Count it in the foul for Sam Lair.
And I believe that's on Jake Krieger, and he's going to be out of the game.
That's number 5 for the 3rd different Warrior. And I'll tell you what, it's very interesting, Jeff, because it's like if you go 6 deep, right? If you play 6 players, you understand 3 guys following up. But like Coach Pickerts has gone 9 guys deep here tonight. It's not like he's stuck with just his starters all game long, and that's why they fouled out. It's just little.
Well, just like he was telling you in the pregame show, is that he couldn't pick out the player after he got past Aiden Hawkinson. It was the entire team he was talking about, and they're showing it.
No doubt. So it's very unique to have 3 guys foul out of a ball game. The Vikings, though, back within 5. And a foul on the inbounds pass. A little overzealous there from Cole Wiedmeyer. That is 5 on Wiedmeyer, so the first Viking to foul out. And it sends a very good shooter in Isaac Vandekamp to the line. He's 1 for 1 tonight, only 1 trip. But these are important free throws.
Cut the lead down to 5. Just when we were talking, they were up by, 13?
That's right. And the first free throw is good from Isaac Vandekamp, the junior, with a chance to really start to salt this thing away. And 2 for 2. That'll calm the nerves a little bit for the Warriors. And the Vikings will roll it up to half court where Lair will take it. Got to get a Sam Lair or a Gensler. Look, Hawkinson tipped another one away. And a travel, yeah. Hawkinson hit the deck. Coach Pickerts thought he was forced to the ground by a Viking. Buck 19 to play. Lair off the screen. Hands off to Schwartz. Gannon to the middle of the paint. Missed it short. Offensive rebound for Schwartz. Can't get it to go. And another one tipped around to Gannon Schwartz. He missed that one. Simon with an offensive rebound. Walto with the 3. That misses off to the right. Torres finally secures it. And it will end up with Hawkinson, who is fouled by Gensler. My goodness. Gannon Schwartz is 5'9". How did he find a way to get a couple of rebounds there?
Down low in big man's land.
That's right. Just squirted through a couple of Vikings, a couple of Warriors, and kind of a what did I just find situation there. Just about 1 minute, 59.8 seconds left. Aiden Hawkinson with the chance to really get this back to double digits, but misses the front.
And what a nice move there by Vandekamp to come out there and say, hey, it's okay. We'll sink this next one.
I've been impressed with Vandekamp. Of course, he hit the 2 free throws. There's another free throw for Hawkinson, and he's got 23 now. But Vandekamp has done a nice job from a leadership standpoint, I think, here tonight. It's a full timeout from WLA and Coach Nell. We're going to take it with them. Last 56 seconds when we come back on Radio Plus.
Steve with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street in downtown Waupun. Steve, a great Christmas special that you're running here at the Other Bar, right?
Gift certificate time where you buy a $25 gift certificate and you get a free 12-inch one-topping pizza, and you can buy as many of those as you want. You can pile them up. So basically it's a 2-for-1 deal. You buy a gift certificate and you can give away a pizza to somebody else. So win-win. It's a homemade pizza. We make everything to order here, so anything you want. It's not a pre-frozen pizza, and we got a great pizza deck oven back there, so it cooks up really nice.
Take a look at the New Year's Eve casino night coming up on New Year's Eve. Give us a play-by-play on that deal.
Well, last year we kind of got canceled out because of being on a Friday night with a fish fry, so we're going to bring it back this year. Casino night, you come in, we'll have table games you can play. It's a $30 per person sign up. You get a free meal. It's going to be an Italian-themed meal this year with salad and dessert, 2 free drinks, a champagne toast, and then there'll be great prizes, the grand prize being a 50-inch smart TV. Stop down, talk to the bartender, sign yourself and all your friends up, $30 a person, just pay the bartender for it, and then when you come in on New Year's Eve, we'll be set to go. And I'll have you out of here by 10 o'clock. So.
Very good, Steve. Have a great week. Thank you.
You too. Thanks.
78-70 on the New Medical Center scoreboard. Jordan King with you, along with Jeff Sauer. Glad to have you along with us. Thanks for joining us this evening. It's been a great game between the Vikings and the Warriors. Down the lane goes Gensler, and Gensler with another finish. And it's back to a 6-point Warrior lead, and they're going to send Farley to the free throw line with 42.5 seconds left to play. 78-72. Want to remind you, stick around when we're done here. And happy to go talk to Coach Pickerts and hopefully Coach Nell as well. Coach Nell jokingly before the game said he doesn't talk after losses, but I don't buy that. So we'll put that to the test here.
And it'll be nice to get a couple of the players too, see what their thoughts were. And we try to do a great post-game show here and give the kids an opportunity to work on their communication skills.
There you go. Maybe we can. Isaac Vandekamp. I mean, you take a pick. Yeah. Isaac Vandekamp, Hawkinson. Here's a 3 from Noah Walton. A timeout from Coach Nell. So it remains a 5-point lead after a couple of free throws got knocked down by Farley. Another full timeout. We'll squeeze another 30-second ad, come back with more after this. A 5-point Warrior lead on Radio Plus Info.
Excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
Back here from Waupun High School, Jordan King with you in the National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth.
Jordan, I want to say thanks for coming over here. It's your first time being here.
Yeah.
And you've mentioned it several times. You cannot get a better location for a high school basketball game to broadcast.
It's perfect. We're like right on top of we are literally right on top of the action. So yeah.
And hopefully you'll get a chance to do many more here for.
No doubt.
I know you got your own jam-packed schedule, but please know that we would love to have you come back. You did a great job tonight.
Well, appreciate that, Jeff. Thank you. Saw some good basketball tonight. I'll tell you what, this Waupun team, if you can get, we appreciate you watching on Radio Plus Info. If you're in Idaho, maybe you can't get here, right?
Right, exactly. Well, that's just the reason why we do this. I tell this all the time when people are asking, well, why you want to put all that time in there. It's because we know that there's grandparents, families, friends who cannot get here to see grandkids, or they're just fans of the Warriors, like you're talking about. Marcus Damask wanted to see how well his alma mater was doing.
Well, I'll tell you what, 25 points from Aiden Hawkinson. Maybe we're watching the next special Waupun Warrior here. He's, like Coach Pickert said, he's a little stringy right now, but if he puts a little muscle on that 6'3" frame, his length is tremendous. He's got 25 tonight. And unless Coach Pickert twists my arm down there, I think he's going to be player of the game this evening.
Just a sophomore.
Tremendous.
So that's great. And again, he does remind me a lot, not quite the same type of player as Marcus Damask, because he's obviously he needs to put on a little bit more muscle mass. But he does a good job. But you're right, his length is amazing.
First free throw missed. If he's going to be hypercritical of himself, he'd say, I should have had 30 tonight if I could have knocked down a couple of more free throws. But he's got 26. Does the sophomore. Here's Sam Laird down the lane, up with the right hand, and a finish for Sam. And a full timeout once again for Coach Nell. 83-77, 6-point lead, 11.5 seconds left here. We'll take a quick 30 and then set up the last bit of the game before we head down and talk to the players post-game. Come back with us right after this on Radio Plus.
Life insurance from American Family Life Insurance Company can help financially protect your loved ones by replacing a portion of your income if you were to pass away. That means your family will have the help they need to maintain their quality of life and pursue their dreams. Get the peace of mind you deserve by protecting what matters most. Contact Christine File agent at 11 South Watertown Street in Waupun or call 920-324-3488 today. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Glad to have you back here. Jordan King with you. New Medical Center scoreboard reads Waupun 83, Winnebago Lutheran 77. Vikings showed a little more fight here tonight than they did 6 days ago against Berlin, so perhaps a step in the right direction here for Coach Nell and company. East Central is going to be a fun league to watch this year. Kettle Moraine Lutheran and Kewaskum. And a foul here on the inbounds play, as trailing the play was Noah Walta. And I think that's 4. No, it is 5 on Noah Walta, so he'll have to take a seat for the last 11 and a half seconds.
Once again, stick around with us here because Jordan's going to go down on the court. First time I had a chance to work with you, Jordan, was we did a Springs football game over there, and we tried to get this, and we ended up getting it eventually. But, just technical difficulties. But I think that you'll enjoy it from here. We usually have try and talk the players and the coach to take a look up here at the camera when they're talking to us, and it really is something that we like to do that's special.
27 and 28 points. That is one away from a career high. He had 29. You heard that in the pregame show. Did Aiden Hawkinson a season ago against Laconia. Down the lane goes Sam Lair once again. Lair gets an extra couple of points. And Waupun does not need to inbound it, and they will walk away with an 85-79 win. The Warriors maybe turning a page here in this program. I certainly think so. I'm going to step aside, head down there, and we'll see in a couple minutes here on Radio Plus Info. A couple of Vikings, a couple of Warriors coming up next.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, Jordan, again. So we're going to step away. We're going to have a couple of advertisers here and be with us as we get ready for the post-game show from Waupun area junior senior high school here, the home of the Waupun Warriors. We'll be back in about 2 minutes for some interviews.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the home and family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem. If you suffer from debilitating and chronic joint pain, learn how innovative medicine with human cellular tissue products can get you back to living your best life.
Hi, my name is Les. I've suffered with a bad right knee for 30 years or 40 years. Actually had a knee replacement scheduled, and I looked into this, and it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. My knee now, 3 months later, is almost like new. I can run up and down stairs. I can sit at a gym watching a basketball game. Really, really happy and pleased with the results. I plan on strongly recommending this to, and I have been recommending this to friends and family who have had joint issues, shoulders, backs, and knees.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
The power of intelligent farming is here. The remarkable new T7 Heavy Duty with PLM Intelligence is available now at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown. Built on the legacy of the acclaimed New Holland T7 tractor family, the T7 Heavy Duty delivers leading all-around performance and comfort. You'll see wider, operate quieter, think smarter, and feel stronger. 2 models are available, featuring up to 313 horsepower. Designed for you, by you, the new T7 Heavy Duty with PLM Intelligence lets you put intelligent farming to work right now. See one today at Waupun Equipment in Waupun and Watertown. excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
Welcome back here, RadioPlusInfo.com. Glad to have you along. What a second half, guys, between you guys and the Vikings. This is a team, both of you guys have, this has been a rivalry, really. I mean, as much as a rivalry gets, right, in a non-conference kind of game. And you guys have had some struggles, but just talk about tonight. What was tonight like? We'll start here with Isaac. Isaac, you had 19 points. Sunk a couple of big free throws there when WLA was making their run. What was it like today to finally get over the hump against this good Viking team?
Well, at halftime, we always talk about energy and how we have to get offensive rebounds. So that was the key point in coming out tonight. And then all week we've been practicing on energy and at practice. So I feel like that came out to get us over the hump.
Well, talk about both of you guys because, Isaac, you had 5 first half, so that's 14 in the second half. And then, Aaron, you had 2 in the first half, 17 or 15 in the second half. I mean, that's 29 second half points between the two of you. What was, other than, just energy, is that all it was in the second half, the difference?
I mean, we worked really hard this offseason. It's a lot of things that we did. The energy is one of the main things. When we come together, we're unbeatable.
Coach talked to me before the game, talked about you guys hitting in the weight room. He's like, every morning, without fail, everyone was in the weight room, getting the reps in, getting bigger, getting faster, getting stronger. How big does that play? I mean, this is game 1 of a season that you guys think could be pretty special. Did you feel that tonight? Did you feel like you were the more physically dominating team?
Yeah, I believe it helps because last year we were small and we kept on getting bodied. So I feel like today it makes us step up, make good plays. And
Aaron, you're unstoppable in there in the second half. Just a change of mindset, or did you just change of opportunities? What was it?
Teammates found me in the dunker spot, and I ate it. I mean, I kept getting there. That's all.
When you guys get to play with a guy like Aiden Hawkinson, just his length, I can count about 20 times tonight where he poked away a pass or got in a passing lane or found one of you guys on a cut. Talk about how fun it is to play with a guy like that.
He's fun. It's fun watching him ball up and then practicing with him, and then him being our teammate. He really encourages us and pushes me every day.
When he gets going, everybody gets going, and we build that team. What we worked on all offseason, we come together, we just get buckets.
Hey, 17 points for Aaron Hull, 19 for Isaac Vandekamp. Guys, congratulations on the win. Go celebrate it. Thank you. There you go. We'll wait around here for Coach Pickerts in just a second and have a conversation with him. Final score here tonight, 85-79 here on Radio Plus Info. Hey, Coach, we talked earlier before the game, and halftime, what do you go in and say after you're down by 3 points heading into the intermission?
We simply had to get better on the glass. WLA was out hustling us. Some guy hitting the gritty there, I like that. Hey, we were just getting out hustled, and we had to be better defensively. Our guys were fouling a lot and letting WLA outwill us at the board. So we just had to get better at it. We're a better rebounding team. And give Coach Nell a lot of credit. They hit the glass hard and tried to put some guys in spaces that maybe they're not comfortable with. But I was really happy how we responded. We had a nice start to the second half. And, we did a really good job, and we were a little shorthanded tonight, and we had a lot of guys in foul trouble.
We'll talk about Aiden in just a second, but I look at Isaac Vandekamp and Aaron Hull tonight as a couple of just leaders for your team. They had a combined 7 points in the first half. They finished with 29 combined in the second half, at least if I got my math right there. Just talk about those. They had just a tremendous second half of effort for you guys.
Yeah, what I try to tell Aaron and Isaac, and they're leaders with Aiden too, average teams are led by coaches, great teams are led by players, and we are really positive at halftime, and those two guys are just really emphasizing we're better, we can play better, we need to do better, and they were huge for us. Aaron had some big buckets, even though he fouled out. Isaac had some really good buckets at the beginning of the half and kind of got things going for us, but it was nice. We think we're going to get more from Jake, too, and we had some guys not able to play tonight with some suspensions. So we're really excited offensively. We got a lot of work on the defensive end.
A couple more I got for you here. Aiden Hawkinson, 28 tonight, went off career high. His length just gave WLA a lot of problems there in transition, poked away a couple passes. His vision is tremendous. Really got Aaron going as well underneath. Just talk about the play you saw from him.
Aiden was very, very, very versatile for us tonight. He led us in deflections. It's a stat we're really into. We're trying to get a lot of deflections, but he was so good in stretches, and I know he'll be in the gym tomorrow morning shooting free throws. But because I know he'd like to have over 30 there, but he was great for us. He kept us steady, especially in the first half when we couldn't get really anything going offensively. And he got things going. That's what he is. He's a microwave, and he got Aaron involved, he got Isaac involved, and we shared the ball, which is what we wanted to do tonight.
Last question for you here, Coach, and we'll let you go celebrate the win. But first 5 minutes of the second half, by my count, you outscored them 16-4. You got to love that coming out of the halftime intermission, that your guys must have taken what you said to heart and put it into action.
Yeah, we went on that run. We got to know when blood's in the water and be consistent all game on those things. But, again, they banked that 3 at half. We kind of saw some heads hang a little bit. And, we responded well. That's what we got to do. We got to be consistent. And we did a great job tonight, and I'm really proud of the guys. We had a lot of work to do, but I'm very happy with the win tonight.
There you go. That is Coach Pickerts. Coach, congratulations, 1-0 for the Warriors. So, Waupun here tonight, Jeff, led by Aiden Hawkinson. He had 28 points. Isaac Vandekamp with 19. Aaron Hull with 17. That's a good trio for the Warriors, and I think if they get that kind of production, you're going to have a really nice season. But even if they don't, and he talked about some guys that couldn't go or maybe could give you more, like Jake Krieger, who didn't score tonight, who is one of your starting players. You could get more from him as well. So really impressed with this team tonight, Jeff. Well, I'll send it back up to you. We can take a timeout. I'll come back up there. We can finish things up.
Sounds great. We'll see you up here, Jordan. Again, let's add to what you were talking about out there before when we were watching it. 3 of the Waupun Warriors starters foul out of the game, and after fouling out of the game, the Warriors were still able to continue to play some really tough defense and offense, and it just came down to the fact that just as Coach Pickard said, the boys took it to heart and they were able to execute well. I'm going to step aside here for about 2 minutes, and we'll be back here as Jordan's going to come up here and give his final stats. You're listening to Jeff Sauer and Jordan King here on RP Sports from Waupun.
Nathan Potrat's Custom Carpentry is a proud sponsor of today's game. Celebrating 10 years in business, Nathan specializes in kitchen and bathroom remodels, whole house remodels, new construction, additions, and more. Nathan Potrat's Custom Carpentry also has an in-house designer on staff with virtual reality designs to help visualize your space before construction starts. Quality, efficiency, and integrity. Nathan Potrat's Custom Carpentry. See Nathan's work at potratscarpentry.com and like them on Facebook.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net. If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. He's been in the business for 10 years and started up Torres Tree Service 3 years ago. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard to get to trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed.
Back here, glad to have you along. National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth. Jordan King with you. A 87-79 win for the Waupun Warriors, able to, really take that 3-point deficit. You heard Coach talk about energy. That's what all three, both the players that we talked to said, both Aaron Hull and Isaac Vandekamp. And and really impressive night from them. Just again to reiterate, 28 points for Aiden Hawkinson, and like I mentioned, Coach kind of said it there, he's probably a little first half, finished with 17 points for the Vikings in a nice effort for him. 6 points for Chop Simmons. He struggled from the charity stripe. He was 2 for 8 from the free throw line. 4 points for Max Huntsman, and then Noah Waltza, who was relatively quiet in the second half, but he did finish with 17 points, so he's averaging about 15.5 for the Vikings through their first 2 games of play. Vikings fall to 0-2. They lose both of their games against a couple of tough East Central teams. At home last week, a loss to Berlin. That was a 17-point loss, now a 6-point loss on the road. Much better loss here tonight than that sour one to get the season going. The loss here tonight, 87-79 to Waupun. Waupun, though, 1-0 on the season. A lot of hype surrounding this team. A lot of players returning. You got your 5 leading scorers back. This is I'll tell you what, Jeff, this is a team that I think you're going to want to keep an eye on in the area. Really, you know, Spring should have a good season. You look at Laconia and Mayville. There's a lot of teams in the area that figure to have really good seasons. I think you have to throw Waupun into that group after seeing them here tonight in just game 1. That's another thing to point out. Just the first game here for Waupun.
Right, and again, they looked really fundamentally sound from what I was watching on the offensive side and on the defensive side of the ball. And, you know, last year at the end of the year, we were talking with Coach Pickerts, and he kept saying even last year, the same players back here, we are going to be magical, and they were telling some people to be on watch when it was coming into playing time or into the tournament because they were doing such a great job of playing. And you could see that culmination. One more year of experience, one more year working with Coach Pickerts, more into the weight room, getting bigger and stronger. And this is what you get still with a whole bunch of sophomores running the team.
It's fun to watch. They had a great night tonight. They beat Winnebago Lutheran 85-79, the final score on that new Medical Center scoreboard. Jordan King from the National Exchange Bank and Trust broadcast booth here at Waupun High School with Jeff Sauer saying thanks for joining us. Really, we had a great crowd tonight. A couple of people, Sandpoint, Idaho, love that. Thanks for joining us this evening. Jeff, pleasure to be with you once again. And it was just a great night of basketball, and the Warriors got their season off to a rocking start. So for Jeff Sauer, I'm Jordan King saying so long. You've been watching Waupun and WLA duke it out on the hardwood from Waupun here on RadioPlusInfo.com. Have a good night.
Thanks to our sponsors in today's game: Holman Auto Sales, Dentistry of Wisconsin, Waupun Equipment Company, American Family Insurance Agent Christine File, Coles Community Funeral Home, Benz Automotive, Ergo Bank, Taurus Tree Service, VC's Flooring, C. Bruxma Electric, Our Bar, and our scoreboard sponsor, New Medical Center.